Hey you guys, this is Lucinda Carroll. So my next project that I'm working on is going to actually be this picture that I purchased from Kirkland's right after Christmas when some of their stuff went on sale. But I really like it. It's beautiful. It would have been a nice gift for someone. But because it was so inexpensive, I wanted to take it and I wanted to redo it myself into something that I could use in my own home. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm going through and I'm stripping the board, and I'll show you what I mean by stripping. If you can tell right here, there's some glue strips that ever who painted this. I mean, it's a beautiful board. It's really beautiful, but you can tell that there's some glue strips here, and I'm going through and I'm stripping these glue strips off so that I can have a nice finished board. Because what I want to do is I want to paint over this, and I'm going to paint it a solid white. It'll probably take one or two coats just because of some of the colors of the leaves. They're really dark green, so it may take more than one coat. But what I really like about this board is it's a very durable board. Let's see, let me turn it over here on the back so you can tell it was really well put together. But at Kirkland's, this board would have sold for $24.99, but because it was on sale, I got this board for $7.97. So I am super excited about that, and I am very excited to get this project underway. So I hope that you do stick with me. Also, I wanted to show you that it already had its hooks already in place. So again, that's what I'm saying. It's a really nice board. I really wished I would have purchased both boards when I was standing and debating on what I could do with it, because when I got home I realized, man, I could have done something really cute with this. But I'm gonna go through again and I'm gonna strip it, and then I'm going to kind of sand it down a little bit, and then I'm going to paint over it. And this is actually going to be an Easter board, so I am working on some Easter projects. So if you'll stay tuned to my channel and follow my videos and watch the end result. Thanks, guys. So hey you guys, I'm back. So I just got finished scraping off the paint pieces that were attached to the leaves. So as you can tell, there are some little bad places in the board where I've went and kind of scraped that glue up. And so now I'm going to use my piece of sander, and I'm just going to go over and try to make sure that there's no rough edges on this after I picked up my pieces of glue that were stuck to this board. I am getting a little bit of debris off of it, but I'm just going to wipe this off. And I can tell now that the board is a whole lot smoother. And so right now I'm going to prepare to paint this board, which is what I'm excited about doing. I want to just give it a brand new look for a brand new project. And I'm going to be using some white apple barrel paint that I purchased from Walmart. So I'm going to actually cover the whole board with white. Again, and I don't know if I told you this is going to be a spring project that I'm working on, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my apple barrel paint brushes, and I really like these paint brushes from Apple Barrel. I purchased these also at Walmart. I've had them for quite a bit now, and just never opened them up. But I really do like the bristles. When you're painting it makes it a whole lot smoother going on. I'm not a painter by no means. You know, I do a lot of crafts with my Cricut maker But as far as like painting and stuff like that, I was kind of clueless about painting. But I've been so inspired by some of my craft friends on YouTube and Crafting with Caitlin. She's awesome. So, you know, we're not in collaboration or anything, but listen, check out her page. She's so sweet, and she takes her time at going through and just giving details of what she's doing, and I love it. And being that I'm new to YouTube, I'm also just trying to pick up some ways of doing things, and so she really inspired me about painting. And so let's get this project underway. I'm not sure if it has anything on the top of it, and it does. So we're just going to lift this up so we can actually get into the paint bottle. And I'm probably going to have a hard time with this, so let me get my little tool right here. I'm just going to punch a hole in it to give me some access to lift this up. I'm just using the paper towel or the napkin because I recently got my nails done, and painting is not good for your nails. So anyhow, I'm just going to kind of peel this off so I can get my top back on and actually go to painting. This is actually a Cricut tool. Got some paint on it, but let me just wipe this off. This is actually one of my little tools for my Cricut when I'm doing some vinyl work. So any little thing with a sharp edge can pull that top off. So to me, I don't think there's no right way of just painting. I do know that you want your strokes to be the same way. I have heard that. So let's just get to work. And I'm actually going to just see. It may not. It might take 2 coats. It might just take 1. So we'll actually see about that. It's probably going to need 2. Looking at just what I'm doing thus far, it looks like it may end up needing 2 coats. So again, we will see about that. I really like how this apple burl paint is covering. I did actually try to look for some chalk paint. I do like chalk paint. Chalk paint does cover a lot better. It's a lot thicker, so put some of these cords out of my way. I think we're probably going to need a second coat because it's like I said, the green leaves over here are probably going to be what's going to just really be what it's going to be hard to cover up, but again, that's okay. If it takes more than 1 coat, that's fine. We will make it happen. As you can tell, there's some grooves in this board, and I want to make sure that I clean those out as well. Again, it's going over really good, and part of my project is going to take up a lot of what is here in the center. So again, that's okay. if, you know, I don't get all of this in the center, because that's mainly where my cover up is going to be. But I do want to make sure that I get these leaves on the side. So, okay guys, I'm going to keep working on this board, and I'll be back with the results. Thanks. Hey you guys, so I am back. It's listening to Carol, and so my board has dried, and just to give you a little idea of how I finished it, I have been watching some of my YouTube friends again on YouTube, and would watch how they would try to do the they would take their gray wavery paint, elephant gray wavery paint, and they would kind of go through their board. Well, I took some black paint and I just went over the edges just to kind of make it look a little dingy or old, I guess. I'm not really going for farmhouse look, although I love that look. I'm not really going for that, but I just took some black paint and just kind of went around the edges of my board to just kind of make it look a little rusty, and you might can tell from here just around the edges a little bit where I just applied some black paint with a little rough edged paintbrush. So what I did was I purchased this bunny rabbit 2 years ago at Hobby Lobby, and I really think it's cute. It's one that you can actually hang on a wall. I got it from the crafting department, so it is a pretty good size. But what I've been using it for is some stencils when I have paint parties. And I actually had one back at Christmas, and some of the girls that painted, they wanted to do a bunny rabbit. And if you haven't seen my video from last spring, please check out my video where I actually painted my own Easter bunny on a canvas and decorated it a little bit. I think you'll absolutely love it. But what I did was I went ahead and I traced this bunny rabbit onto this board. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some green moss that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm going to begin to fill the inner part of my bunny rabbit with this moss. I think it's going to turn out really great, so I hope that you stick around and see the finished project. Thank you guys. So I'm going to be using some Mod Podge that I purchased from Walmart, and I'm just going to be using an old paintbrush that I have, and I'm actually going to fill in inside the bunny rabbit with Mod Podge, and then I'm going to start laying some of my moss on top of it for it to dry. So when you're using moss, I mean, you have to kind of break it apart to actually get it to lay down. So let's get this part of this project underway. I don't think it really matters. I mean, you want to make sure that your board is covered good with Mod Podge, so that when you begin to lay the moss down, that it will stick. So I'm just going to kind of everything. This is actually the ear that I'm filling in, and I know it's going to look pretty raggedy at first, but what you're going to do is you're going to come back in after it's dried, and you're going to shape all of this up. So it's okay that it looks bad right now, because you, like again I say, you will be coming back in and filling this up and cleaning it up as well. So I'm going to head on over to the other ear, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. Just by laying that ear down, I figured I better put a little bit more Mod Podge on here, because this is kind of loose, and you just want to make sure that you've got a good amount. Again, if you want to tear your moss apart prior to, that might be a good idea. I weren't thinking, because it can be a little tough to work with as far as pulling it out. Again, don't look how crazy it looks, because I am going to be coming in and I'm just going to actually lay this on here and pull it apart as I go. So again, don't worry about if it looks bad. That's part of the process. And then when we get to the point of cleaning it up, and that, so I'm trying to pull me out a good amount of Mod Podge up here. Not Mod Podge, sorry. Trying to pull me a good amount of moss up here, so that now that I'm getting to the face of the bunny rabbit, now I can really go in hard with my Mod Podge, because this is a really big circular area, and so I want to make sure that when I'm putting my moss in this area, that I've got a good bit to play with. So and the outline of the bunny rabbit is what's going to be really great, because you'll be able to go back and, you know, cut around these edges to clean up the detail of the bunny rabbit. I'm probably not explaining this right, but you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm sure. So again, it's just a lot of Mod Podge. And two, while you're at these areas, I mean, you can crunch it in. Just like some of this loose that's here, you can actually bring it into the edges and kind of fill in some of those edges. Okay, so as you can see, and it is forming a little bit. Again, don't freak out, because I am coming back to clean all of this up, these edges, and actually kind of cut down some of the body of it. But I do want to make sure that I make it stick really good. Okay, so And some of you are probably asking how I dried my board so quickly. I cheated a little bit. I used my hair dryer, and I have found with this aqua burl paint, when you do paint your project, that you can just take a hair dryer and go over it, and it'll actually dry a lot quicker for you. So that's a good tip, because guess what I was doing? I was letting my projects sit overnight, and so it can kind of be time consuming. So just a little tip for you. So I'm kind of pressing all this down because my Mod Podge is drying. So I just want to make sure that these pieces are holding. I'm so excited about this project. Okay, so now I am going to turn it around because I'm moving down to the body of it. Bunny rabbit. I think it's coming along really pretty. My Podge seems to be holding well. To be honest with you, I could not remember if it was actually Mod Podge that they used, but I'm going with it. So I am again tearing off moss. Okay, so now that I'm down to the bottom, I can really make sure that I get in here really good with this. You can tell I'm having a little mess with some of my Mod Podge one too, and that's okay. So I'm down at the feet, and I just think that you really don't need to be too generous. You know, just go for it. Just load this bunny rabbit up with Mod Podge, because you really want that moss to hold once it's secured. Once you get your moss secured on your board, you want it to hold. So just kind of slap it on there. So I hope you can tell what I'm doing. I know my lighting is probably not that great, but again, I'm just loading body and the feet down. Yes. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't need paint on mine. But I shouldn't be painting around my computer again. Okay. So I'm going to stretch this out, because now this becomes the body of the bunny rabbit. Get some feet going on down here. So here on feet. You hear me tearing away. That's me turning up this much moss. So you guys, I'm going to let this dry a little bit and I will be back. Hey you guys, so this is the bunny rabbit. So I'm excited how this project ended up. It took a little bit more work than what I expected. When I was putting the moss on there, I was using Mod Podge, but I realized that Mod Podge was not holding it as secure as I wanted it to. So I went back and I used my hot glue gun just to lay down some of the edges and some of the pieces in the middle that was kind of laying up. But I absolutely love this. And I went back in and I trimmed the details from where I traced it out at. You can see I missed some spots, but I mean, it's okay. Some of the moss is gonna, you know, eventually unravel, but I think that overall this board turned out just exactly the way I wanted it to. I can't wait for spring to get here so that I can start putting my spring decor out, and this piece will absolutely be a centerpiece in my kitchen. So I hope that you guys feel inspired by this video, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I try to post something, or I try to upload a video at least once a week, but I hope that you enjoy this, and I'll see you later. Have a blessed day.